Asia Pacific and Japan countries. And today's resource person, Dr. Sriram Vasudevan, lead technical evangelist. Thank you for your valuable support in organizing this event. And Intel One API is a unique programming model for accelerated computing architecture. So after the evolution of Gen AI, the need for the accelerated computer architecture is inevitable because all the Gen AI uses deep learning model as a fundamental thing. So whenever we use ML or a Gen AI models or deep learning models, we have to deal with huge amount of data for building the models. Whatever the tasks you going to do with Gen AI, we need to deal with huge amount of data. It takes more training time, and the algorithm you have to run. So both requires accelerated computer architecture. So it is important that we have to manage the accelerated computer architecture. So for handling this huge amount of data and running the algorithms. So with the support of the Intel One API programming model, you can build machine learning or deep learning model in faster way. I'm sure that our resource person today, Dr. Vasudevan, will help you in learning this One API. So I request all the participants to interact with Dr. Vasudevan and get benefit from this workshop. And once again, I must thank IEI and Intel for collaborating with the IT department of SONA in conducting this event. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So now let us please invite our chief guest, Mr. Sachin Kelkar, Head APJ Developer and Partner Programming, Intel. He has a rich experience in enterprise solution in sales, developer ecosystem, and working with innovation ecosystem and startups. He has worked with many startups in designing, developing products and services in area of MLDL, IoT, mobile app, and India-focused solutions. He loves developer interaction and brainstorming and business development software products. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much for inviting us today for this particular topic. What we are going to do today is divide the speech in two sections. And what we are going to do is start with a little bit of background on what do we offer in terms of our environment around AI and specifically topics around Gen AI. And once that is defined or those ideas are sorted out, my colleague, Dr. Sriram, will take you deeper into the topic of generative AI and what exactly that means for engineers like us to really leverage the capability and power of Gen AI, as well as the compute capability what we have today. So that's the kind of plan we have today. Now, just want to check, are my slides visible?
Yes, Sachin. Slides are visible.
Okay, awesome. Let me know if my voice breaks or I have any other challenges. Let me know if I get some many
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
All right, so let's start with the broad topics which we are planning to do today. We will talk about the context of AI software development. I'm sure not all of us are AI software developers, but we'll try to simplify as far as possible the entire gamut of how you can develop AI software with very minimal effort. And also what are the constraints or what are the challenges any AI developer may face with handling a humongous amount of data. So we'll have a touch upon setting the context for that. Then we'll also show you a very interesting developer environment. We call it Intel Developer Cloud, so that you can start developing AI applications with very ease. And the purpose of this environment is to offer you the latest compute hardware at no cost inside your offices or laboratories or your development homes, where you can reach out to Intel and start building your applications on top of this stack. So that's the purpose of the Intel Developer Cloud. We'll touch upon that also in the course of presentation. And the third part will be led by Dr. Sriram, where he's going to talk about the Gen AI saga and also show you some examples, take you through the entire journey of what exactly is Gen AI, how it evolved, and what kind of possibilities it can bring to the future as we start looking at into more closer lens. So that's the kind of agenda we're going to have today. And then we'll also have some Q&A at the end of the session. Okay. So with that, let me start by setting the context. I'm sure you must have heard this term a lot in today's context, the generative AI or Gen AI. Now, if we have to define in very simplistic method, of what exactly this Gen AI is. Now, it's a kind of a sub-branch of AI as a whole, and then it offers the users to really work with a lot of data and then generate new data based on whatever the training material is available. It's just like a young student is using his earlier learning skills and then creating something new. So same way, Gen AI is a branch of AI which uses certain deep learning algorithms to generate variety of things. It could be creative text, images, videos, and they are very realistic and actually really you can't even feel a difference of how this is made versus somebody has actually designed it. So that's the kind of complexity and the scale Gen AI has reached today. These models are trained on massive data sets because these data sets offer the ground learning for any Gen AI application. Because unless you train the model what to do, the model's efficacy or model's capability won't be superior. So those models are trained with huge amount of data sets, and that's where the underlying pattern and relationships are then figured out, and those interdependencies are sorted out to really create that capability of how to create something new and novel, and then really create that in a short time of span so that the user can really take a benefit of that particular model. That's how the entire Gen AI models are really coming into picture. So this is a quick background. I'm sure we'll hear more about Gen AI when Sriram will explain, but this is just to kind of set the ball rolling. Now, when we look at the impact of Gen AI, specifically on the engineering side, yeah, we are all using Gen AI in our day-to-day life. We are seeing ChatGPT and a lot of these applications we are already observed. But if you have to focus on certain segments like engineering, where does it really matters? For example, the influence of Gen AI on engineering domain is going to be really transformative because it can add a lot of value in streamlining the product design process, the development workflows, enabling engineers to expedite prototyping and iterate more efficiently. I think that's where the creativity can come in the engineering side also. And engineers can now really use Gen AI to really create models which are really capable of using some innovative designs, and then how really make that work in their production environment. Furthermore, AI-driven simulation is now becoming very, very popular for engineers to take benefit from, and then to anticipate how we can face certain challenges in production, and then be ready for that and take necessary steps to ensure that we are working with designs which are optimized for such eventualities, and also work with enhanced efficiency. So that's a quick update on where it is really going to be useful for engineers like us who are really aware of Gen AI and then make use of it in our day-to-day work. The second element is where this can be used in research. World over, Gen AI is now becoming a very interesting tool for propelling scientific research and discovery, and then also take innovation to new heights. Essentially, researchers can then formulate new hypotheses, design experiments with greater precision, and also these models can allow you to think through very interesting materials and designs which needs further investigation. So the possibility thinking, as we call it, is now really becoming very, very important topic in the research. And then Gen AI is really taking a lot of advantage of what has been developed, and then getting researchers up for that particular task. Now, what we do is we are going to talk about how this entire thing is going to pan out. And then when it's come to development of these entire applications or tools, you need to start understanding how you really manage data. Because any development with AI as a domain requires handling of a lot of data. And if you are able to manage the data handling pretty well, you can create your models, you can then deploy your models with very much ease. So with that data handling part, let me give you the kind of connect of how does this data workflow really matters, right? Because when we talk about data, there are many aspects of data. There is a field called data engineering where you get the data, you sort it out, you label it, you clean it, just like any other raw material. And then based on that cleaned up data, then you start developing a model to solve a specific problem. And once that model is ready and its model is accurate, then you go into a certain next stage of deploying the model for your purpose. So those are the basic 3 steps in the foundational AI pipeline. Just to add to that in a more detailed fashion, there are these little steps involved in each of these data processing, training, and deployment. For lack of time, we may not go through all these steps in detail, but I think this is very much interested for some folks who are working as data science professionals. I'm sure they must be seeing this at all levels, that how to really take care of my data more effectively and then use it for training my model. Now, contrary to believe that all of these data management requires very high-end compute processing power and you require GPUs, the answer is not really, because a lot of these features, a lot of these applications or sub-applications are very much handled by CPU architecture in today's world also. And you don't have to deploy a GPU for solving some of these little boxes which are on this slide. But what you need is a combination of CPUs and GPUs effectively married so that you can take care of the entire pipeline in the most cost-effective fashion and handle your problems in a more effective way. So that's the logic we talk about at Intel, that how do we ensure that this entire AI pipeline is best suited and best available on a variety of architecture, including CPUs, including the GPUs, and a combination of that across various regions. And with that context, when we were introduced, there was an interesting mention about how do we develop a cross-platform application which can work across these architectures. That becomes very, very important. If you have a programming language or a programming methodology which can work across CPUs and GPUs and give you that performant code, the choice of developer then becomes much more easier, because then he doesn't have to train in multiple languages, manage multiple tool set to solve optimization problems, and also ensures that he has one common platform to develop on and then deploy it across a variety of architecture. That's where the Intel's One API toolset comes in. Again, we may not be able to dive deep into the One API as a topic, because today's topic is GenAI. But in case you want to know more about it, we will share with you a lot of resources where you can go and learn about One API. Okay, so what normally happens is developers are now becoming more smarter. I remember when we started developing, we used to write code in C++ or Fortran or very low-level programming languages. Today's modern developers, they have become very smart. They're using a lot of the libraries, a lot of code is written on Python and PyTorch, and these libraries are very much critical for development in AI solutions. So what we said was, if we are able to take care of most of the commonly required libraries in classic data processing and machine learning and optimize from our own side for a CPU and for a GPU environment, the task of developer is now then only to use the libraries and write code which can extract the best possible performance from these libraries. So Intel has committed to do a lot of work in the background to ensure that these libraries are optimized and available on a given set of hardware. So we do the work for most of the top Python libraries, whether this is in numerical computation or in math computation or in data processing. So all of these libraries are commonly used, and I'm sure some of you must have used these libraries in your work also. Same goes with the next set of libraries, which are into deep learning, natural language processing, and computer vision. So I'm sure there are libraries which are part of this particular stack a lot of people use. And again, Intel takes care of maintaining and optimizing these libraries so that you have ready access to the libraries in a tool set and which you can use very rapidly to develop your application. Now, the way we work on this is we provide the access to these tools and libraries in various ways. We ensure that if these are open source libraries, our innovation and our work is already uploaded and available in the upstream open source tools, what you can download from the web, whether this is Intel optimized PyTorch or TensorFlow or whatever the AI tool you want to use. There is a chance that we must have already implemented the goodness of Intel in those libraries. The second parts are, there are Intel extensions. These are easily pluggable products which you can use along with the open source software. The third part is there are Intel distributions for some of the commonly known open source software, where if you download the Intel distribution, you'll get better performance. So that's where our effort in optimizing the code comes in. The last part is there are certain specific Intel tools which you can use to improve your developer productivity and create very interesting use cases and then work on. So all of these tools which Intel provides are completely free of cost, and you can download them on our website. The next couple of slides, I'll explain where you can get these tools from. But essentially, we have a rich set of tool sets across all these 3 or 4 domains where there are available libraries, there are models and toolkits and extensions, and then there are products from Intel side, whether these are compilers on one API or a certain additional toolkits to optimize your code for deep learning. All of these are available, and we are putting this across the developers across various regions to really use it, and then ensure that these tools are completely free for you to use, and then start downloading from the Intel website, as you can see from next slide. So essentially, we offer a combination of hardware compute platform and software tools, and then you can start using them based on your requirement, your need, whether you are an AI developer or a HPC developer or developing for Gen AI applications. Your use case can be managed by the combination of hardware and software as we are putting together at Intel. Now, if you want to know more about these tools, it's very easy. You can go and search for Intel software. The website is very simple. It's also called as Intel Developer Zone, and you can reach out to it by just putting the URL software.intel.com, and you can get access to all this information which I was talking about on the website. So feel free to visit this website, get to know more about AI tools and what is there to offer you as a developer. In case you are more interested in learning some of these topics, we have a lot of training material available, including workshop series, webinar series, and hands-on content which you want to try it out and explore and then make it work. So our objective is that we are trying to build a community of developers who can access and help out each other by using this baseline content, and then on top of it, you can add your own suggestions and learn as a community together, just like what we are doing it today. So feel free to reach out to software.intel.com to check out the various products and software capabilities what Intel provides. Now, you may wonder that if I'm a very new developer and I don't have a lot of hardware in my office or in my lab, how do I get access to it? So that's the problem we are trying to solve by offering you a concept called Intel Developer Cloud, in which your hardware requirements are completely taken away by us. You don't have to use any hardware in your labs to start with. You can test your code, you can optimize your code, you can work on any of your AI workloads in the Intel Developer Cloud, where we will provide you access to the greatest compute platforms available as of today. And then you can simply come and install your code and run it over the cloud. All the necessary stack, including the software tools and the frameworks, are pre-installed on this developer cloud. And we are going to show you demos on how to use it today also. And then after that, we will also show you how to sign up for a developer cloud account and then start working. So essentially, the Intel Developer Cloud offers a development sandbox to design and test and run workloads for a variety of architectures, including CPUs and GPUs. And you can get and start running your code in literally seconds, because there is no software setup required, no downloads required. I'm sure some of you must have seen, to set up an environment, it requires a lot of effort. So all that effort is taken away by giving you a ready-to-use environment called Intel Developer Cloud. And you can start by just using your data and the code and start getting your work done in an effective fashion. Now, I talked about the software tools which are free. Now, Intel Developer Cloud comes in a little, I would say, various categories, because every developer's needs are different. When you land at this particular URL, cloud.intel.com, you can see there are various options where you can get started. You can get easy access to it. And if you require, you can also deploy your solutions with the Intel Developer Cloud. And that's where the offerings are a little different. So as we start going into the deep of this Intel Developer Cloud, you can also see the type of hardware and software available for you to get it pre-installed. So like I mentioned, we provide access to the latest generation of Intel hardware. whether these are fourth and fifth generation Intel Xeon processors, Intel GPU Max series, and then Intel Gaudi processors, which are doing a lot of news recently. In fact, a couple of days back in an Intel Vision event in US, our CEO announced Gaudi 3, which is one of the most capable GPU to run the AI workloads. And this is going to get available in our cloud very shortly. So you can see all the possible options of hardware and the necessary software tools available for you to develop applications. And as we show you a demo of these certain tools, you will see it is so easy to mix and match these environments and not really worry about whether to get the hardware in your labs and spend the money to get it started. I think that's where the Intel's environment comes in handy. Based on the needs of various developers, essentially these environments are available in various tiers. There are standard tiers, which is for trying it out, which is completely free. You can explore, you can try it out for a certain duration of period. And as you evolve your use case and you want to build further and use the environment for a commercial purpose, you may want to explore the premium and enterprise options where we offer these services and platforms at a much competitive rates based on the GPU instances which you want to use. So again, these are classic pay-as-you-go model, and we offer that for developers to really create applications and then ensure that your sandbox are secured. You can create your own virtual machines for a specific purpose, and your data is completely protected and secure as you develop your application. So go to the Intel Developer Cloud services as you complete today's workshop. Explore these options, and if you need, let us know. We'll be able to help you out in reaching out to the right option for your organization or your research purpose. Just to give a snapshot of how this entire user experience looks like as you go onto the cloud, we have a landing page where you need to just register with your name and email ID and the country where you're coming from, and that's it. Those are the only information we need to get you going. No additional information. We don't require your credit card to start with. We don't require any of your personal information to get going on the developer cloud. It's very easy, very quick, and you can get up to speed in literally 5 minutes time. Once you do the account registration, you can understand the portal. There are a lot of areas where you can get tutorials, references, as well as the documentaries there, how to get started. You can go through that. And there are also certain training modules available in terms of software training catalog, which could be of interest to you. And the entire GenAI training, which we are going to talk about in the day today, is all going to come from this the IDC Cloud environment, where we are offering a complete training catalog for a variety of our software tools. So you will see that as part of your landing page. And once you have that sorted out, then you can go and get into details of whether you want to apply for a specific compute instance by paying for it, and then getting support and getting the dedicated service support for managing your work. So all these possibilities are there once you land on the console. So that's the update I want to kind of share on the concept of how do we get on the cloud. And now with the actual hands-on part and showing you demo of how to get it going and use this entire environment for GenAI specific training, I would invite my colleague, Dr. Sriram Vasudevan, to take you through the next few minutes of this particular talk today. So with that, I will stop here and I will hand it over the share to Sriram.
Right. Thank you very much, Sachin. That was a very quick overview. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining. Thank you, the coordinators from IEI and Sona. So I hope that you are enjoying this session. And currently, we are getting into a state where we need to see things practically. I'll quickly walk you through the registration process for the Intel Developer Cloud, and we can see how you can learn the GenAI related contents with the Intel Developer Cloud. And not only that, we have got a lot of things that can be connected to the Intel Developer Cloud and your learning for your day-to-day usage of machine learning, deep learning contents, high performance computing, everything you can rely on Intel Developer Cloud. I'll just walk you through that. It's a 2-minute process. I have already given the link in the chat box, where you can go ahead and register with it. It will not prompt you with any credit card or debit card details. You need to just give your email IDs. We prefer you to give your official email ID because it will be easy for us to track as well if needed. and you will get free access to the Intel Developer Cloud for a limited period, which can be extended further. Let me share my screen and let me know if you are able to see the screen once I share. I have opened a plain window right now where I'm going to go into the website called console.cloud.intel.com. I'm just clicking it, console.cloud.intel.com. The moment I go there, if you have already registered as a standard user or as a premium user, you can log in into it with the login credentials, whatever you have got. But if you're registering for the first time, which I think most of you have to go through it, you need to click this create an account option. There is a button called create an account. Just click this button. The moment you click it, it will be taking you through the page where you will be prompted to feed in the details that are very important for you. Like we will ask you only for your email ID, your first name and last name. Last name is not initial. You should expand it. Here we expect the expansion. For example, Sriram KV is not accepted. Sriram Vasudevan is accepted. You need to give it that way. Then select the language, mostly English for you, India. Then set up the password. Once you are done with all these, just click verify your email. Once you click verify your email, right, you will get an email with a verification code. 6 digits verification code will come to you. The moment you get that verification code, you will be able to get yourself authorized and you can get into the Intel Developer Cloud. Sir, how do I get into it, sir? What does it look like? I will show you that right now. This is how it looks like when you get into the Intel Developer Cloud. I'll tell you something. We have seen many cloud infrastructure, many cloud consoles, but this is very simple and easy for usage. That's the best thing that you can use with, that's the best thing that you can choose with Intel Developer Cloud. And if you see this here very clearly, we have got hardware catalog availability, which shows that the list of available hardware, whatever we have presented you in terms of you to access, we have got all those things here. You can see that we have got the latest of the core computes available, CPUs available, the 4th Gen Xeon, 5th Gen Xeon. You can see they are all available here, but you may have to purchase the same for using it. And with respect to GPU, we have got the Intel Max series GPU, which is latest one again. We've got the data center GPU Flex series. And for high performance computing, we have got 4th Gen Intel Xeon processor with HBM, which is high bandwidth memory. You can have all these available for you to access through the Intel Developer Cloud. Yes, it is very easy to register. Only 2 minutes is the time that you need to have towards registering with the Intel Developer Cloud. I repeat, you just need to give your email IDs and that's it, with which you'll be able to get the registration process done without any hiccups. Now, I'm going back to the home page. You can see that we have got learning and support here, where we have got getting started materials. When you click this, you will find the fundamentals available here. The links to fundamentals are very clearly provided to you, which will be very easy for you to learn and to access. You can see that how do you get the account created, what are all the things that are required. All these will be very clearly presented to you. If you are a first time user, if you need any hand holding after this session, right, maybe when you are trying it, you may need some hand holding. In that case, you can use this and this is going to be very, very useful for you. So you can click all these, try to see all this so that you will get to know what are all the contents that are available right in the Intel Developer Cloud. And tutorials, this is where I'm going to go with. Now you can see that we've got something called as software here in the left corner. I highlighted it. And there is something below it called as training. Can you see this? I have zoomed it a bit as well. Just click on this training. The moment you click on this training, the world of learning opportunities will open up in front of you. And I'm telling you, you will love to use this because the way it has been constructed is so nice and so easy for you. 90% of you at least would have been already exposed to Jupyter Notebook usage. I hope it is correct observation. So if you're already familiar with Jupyter Lab, it is going to be very easy for you because Intel Developer Cloud is integrated with Jupyter Notebook and mostly preloaded with all the OneAPI contents. All the libraries are preloaded. It's going to be very easy for you. Now, sir, how do we learn, sir? I'm going to come to their part right now. First, let me go through step by step. If you want to learn AI, for example, you are a machine learning beginner. I do not know anything about machine learning. I want to learn machine learning. Is there a way that I can use Intel Developer Cloud to learn that? Yes, Intel has already facilitated that, and you have got that options enabled in the Intel Developer Cloud. You can see that we have got an option here called as machine learning using OneAPI. Sachin has already spoken about OneAPI. It has got set of optimized libraries, optimized frameworks. For example, you are already familiar with Python. We have got Intel distribution for Python. You have already been familiar with PyTorch. We have got Intel distribution for PyTorch. You have got TensorFlow. We have got Intel distribution for TensorFlow. So all these are available with us, and they are packaged inside one thing called as one API. That's all. Now you are going to learn machine learning in a much optimized way. So I'm talking about optimized code development. You are not just going to develop code, you are also going to learn and develop your system in an optimized manner. So what is optimization? Very simple. Your code will not only run efficiently in terms of memory usage, in terms of execution time, it will also be the best for you to showcase to your customer if you're working on the customer projects. Even for your academic projects, you can build it in an optimized way so that it gets noticed. Enough of theory. Let's get into the machine learning using one API. I love to just click this launch button. The moment I click this launch button, I'll be getting a message like what you're seeing in front of you, launching training. So it will launch us with a Jupyter notebook, Jupyter lab, which is available for you, where we have got plethora of options available for you. I'm going to show you one after another. Please look into it carefully, and it's going to be very easy for anybody to understand and to use. Let me get into this button first, plus button. You can see that in the plus button, when I click, this is called as the launcher. This button is called launcher. When you click the plus button, you've got something here called as notebook, where you can see different libraries and different environments, frameworks available for you. Setup, the configuration support for all these available for you. Python 3, base, Modin, PyTorch, PyTorch GPU, TensorFlow, TensorFlow GPU. So what are all these, sir? Today, you want to work on Python. So just click this Python button, and that's it. You will get the complete configuration done for Python, and you need not do any other configuration setup. You are not going to waste even 1 minute time in setting up the infrastructure, setting up the environment. Everything is available for you right now. Just go ahead and start typing your code. Sir, I don't want Python, sir. I want TensorFlow. The TensorFlow for GPU is what I require, or TensorFlow for CPU is what I require. Just click this button. You can get into this, where you'll be able to see other available kernels for you. We have got PyTorch, PyTorch for GPU, TensorFlow. Just click TensorFlow if you want TensorFlow to work for. That's it. Now the TensorFlow environment is set for you. You are not going to do any pip install that, pip install this, pip install that, and this. They are all not required. And this time it is going to be pretty much easy for you folks to go ahead and straight away start coding. This is what is called as the sandbox availability for you without any configuration requirements. Most importantly, you are not wasting time in setting up things, because all the machine learning and developers would here agree to this fact that most of the time that we are spending is wasted on setting up things, right? Most of the time is definitely wasted on setting up things, which is not the one that we are really expecting. We can spend time on writing the code, tuning the code, or writing the models. That's okay, but we should not waste time on setting up things. Intel has completely avoided that so easily through this approach. So you can see that we have got TensorFlow available for you. Likewise, if you want to work with PyTorch, you can go ahead and select PyTorch. All these are optimized versions. Again, you are coding with the most optimized version, which means that your code will run most effectively and efficiently. Finished. Now, this part is done. Sir, I want to work with a Linux terminal, sir. Do you have that facility with your Intel Developer Cloud? Click the plus button again. Scroll down. You've got terminal here. Click the terminal. This is nothing but your Linux virtual machine for you. Sir, can you prove? Yes, I'm going to prove that right now. Uname -a. That's all. What we are getting in front of you is a Linux machine, virtual machine available for you. It's Ubuntu. You can start using this as well. So when you gain access to the Intel Developer Cloud, you are not only gaining access for learning machine learning and deep learning contents, you also have facility where you can use it as a Linux virtual box. This is second thing. Now, sir, you said that we can learn AI. Where is that content? I'm getting into it. The moment you get into this portal, the moment you get into the Jupyter Lab, you will have these things in the left-hand side for you. I am zooming it a bit for your convenience. You can see that we have got big data, Intel training. Don't worry about the first two. Just get into the training option available there. Click it. And inside the training, you can see that AI. This AI would be available for you. Rest of the things are for me. I mean, electrical I have created. Don't worry, it won't be there for you. HPC will be there for you. Rendering kit will be there for you. I'll talk about it a little later if time permits and if we have all those luxury in terms of time. But for now, you do not have to really bother about it. You just have to look into AI. Just click this AI button. The moment you click into it, you have got directories which are Introduction to Machine Learning and Gen AI. These two are your target right now. Don't worry about rest of the directories which are there. Some of them are mine, which I create for my work. So don't worry about it right now. But for you, you need to focus on Introduction to Machine Learning. That's all. Click that right now. Sir, I am a beginner. Yes, I heard that. For any university across the globe, the titles that you are seeing in front of you in terms of directories, I request everybody to go on mute, please. Sanjay, thank you. Now, if you see this very clearly, we have got the directories here which are available. 11 directories are available. This is the syllabus and the curriculum for machine learning in any university. 90% this will be covered so easily. I'll just adjust it again. You can see that all these are the topics which would be available in any machine learning and machine learning syllabus that you are going to learn with. So for a beginner, we have created so nice content that you want to learn supervised learning. I just have to click that. The moment I click that, you will have something called as a PDF here. Just click that PDF. It is nothing but the learning material which is prepared by Intel top evangelists, and that is available for your reference. I'll walk you through that. Other than that, you've got a file, IPONB file, which you can click, and that will be immediately open for you in the right-hand side, like how it has opened for me easily. Now see this, we have got this PDF open, right? What is it, sir? This PDF is prepared with utmost care, and this is a very nice content. This talks about the complete machine learning fundamentals in terms of supervised learning, and see the way it has been prepared. This can be used by teachers as well, and you are free to get yourself registered into Intel Developer Cloud, and then you can download this PDF also. So click this button, it will be automatically downloaded to you, and you can use it any number of times, and that's the easiest way you can get access to all these materials. If you see this, it starts with why we have named it as Jupyter Notebook. What is the purpose? What are the fundamental vocabulary that are connected to machine learning? What are all the fundamental terms and glossary which are connected to machine learning? Each and everything. See the examples of classification. It's the easiest way somebody can learn. I'm telling you, if you are a beginner, this is the best option for you. Go ahead, jump deeper into it as you are not paying anything. That's easiest option for the beginners who needs learning to be done in a much effective way. So the complete PPT is available here. Sample codes are also given to you. So you can try the sample code in the Jupyter Lab parallelly, and you can see if the results are coming. For each and every topic, I'm going to the second or third topic right now. For example, logistic regression, I'm going. For this topic also, we have got the same kind of PPT, the same kind of material available. The IPONB file, which is nothing but your notebook file, is also available. So you can right away go ahead and start using it. Sir, what is there in the notebook file, sir? I'll just walk you through that right now. Till now, is it clear, all of you? Can I get some yes, no in the chat? Is it understandable till now? How do you get registered? What are all the kind of learning materials available? Is it understandable? I'll just type the link once again, console.cloud.intel.com. I want you to say yes, only then it will be very active for us to keep the session alive. Otherwise, it will be highly monotonous. All the questions and doubts can be answered at the end of it. So keep the questions with you, Yuktesh. Just type yes or no in the chat so that I can understand you are listening. Right? Perfect. I got few yeses, maybe few more yeses. I'll be really very happy. Is it understandable till now? How do you use it? And particularly if there are professors here, right? Please go ahead and explore this. This is something amazing. So whenever you are teaching machine learning, right, we often get stuck with how do we demonstrate these things inside the classroom. Now you have got an option to demonstrate things easily. So please explore that and you utilize it without fail. Pretty much I got about 10 yeses. I'm happy. Right. Sir, what is that notebook file, sir? What are you talking about there? Very simple. I'll walk you through that right now. Now see that this is the file that we have opened earlier. Supervised learning, I went into it. I opened the IPONB file and this got opened. Now, this will explain what is what, and there will be a clear comment line available for each of these topics. And now we are going to tell you how optimized versions of all these libraries and patches, whatever we told you, are available here. The sample code is available here. So this is the only 2-line code that you need to change from your traditional coding if you are using sklearn. I have got scikit-learn. I'm going to change it to optimized version. Just 2 lines of code will get you Intel optimized scikit-learn. So the complete materials are given here. You can run the code here. Just click this button. That's all. You are enabling the Intel extension for scikit-learn. And that's it. You are now going to work with optimized version of scikit-learn, which means that your results will be very nice. Your results will be improved more than whatever you had been getting earlier. For example, if your precision and F1 score is say X, now it will be improved by X plus some percentage. That's very important for the researchers. Whenever you are writing research articles, right? All these essay index journals, they are expecting you to present a lot of benchmarks and comparison where you can run your models in this portal with the optimized versions, and you will be able to get the benchmarking done very nicely. And that way you will get better results. Is it clear? So all the chapters, all the 11 chapters, whatever I told you, including the most complex topics of boosting and bagging, which is not so easy for people to even explain. We have made it very easy and simple for you. So all these topics are available and you can select the appropriate kernel. You can see that. That's a very simple thing. I think it is Yashwant. Yashwant, please. If you have questions, right, we will take it up at the end of it, students. Not now. Listeners, please wait till then. We'll take it up at the end of it. Now, all these are done, right? I hope you're fine with the machine learning part of it. Now, sir, you said that we can learn GenAI. Yes, I'm going to show you some fantastic examples with GenAI. Before that, we'll quickly walk through what is stable diffusion. That is what I'm going to talk about for the next 5 minutes. And then I'll show you how do we use that stable diffusion model with the Intel Developer Cloud, right? Quickly, we will not take much time and it's going to be fun learning. You can try this out at your local machine after you get access to the Intel Developer Cloud. What is stable diffusion? Very simple. When you want to generate an image, for example, you want to generate a very creative image. Sachin Tendulkar in a mountain with Indian flag and cricket bat. This is very creative image. Sachin Tendulkar in a mountain with a Indian flag and cricket bat. You cannot draw it so easily, or generating it with your own created model will take time also. It's not so easy. But we have stable diffusion, which has been already made available to you through the GenAI samples that we have inside the Intel Developer Cloud, and that will enable you to do that. How, sir? With the prompting. You must have been using ChatGPT. You are always feeding in prompt, generate this code, generate that code. We can do the same thing, but this time we are going to generate the images through prompting with stable diffusion. What is stable diffusion, sir? Simple. It is a deep learning model which is available for you for generation of the images. How do you do it, sir? Very simple. I'll have to give an input prompt. The prompt is text. Here as an example, a photo of an astronaut riding a horse on a Mars. It's very creative. You cannot get this practically, but we can generate these kind of creative content, creative images through the stable diffusion model, which is already made available as a sample for you, which you can tune further and you can even improvise it. So that's made available through Intel Developer Cloud. Sir, is it the only option? No. We have got text plus image together where you can give text and also image as an input. It will be clubbed together and the stable diffusion model will generate output for you. How is it going to work, sir? Here you can see a zombie running through woods. This is the text. You want to generate a zombie image which is running through woods, but I'm giving a sample image here. This sample image will be clubbed along with this text and you will be able to generate a new image where you can see the features of this image are all here. Zombie is here. So our target is met. Sir, where do I develop it, sir? How do I learn this? Can I code this? Is it complex? It is not complex, provided you get into the Intel Developer Cloud and you learn the access. I'm going to show you that right now. Till now, I hope it is all clear. We are now getting into the world of GenAI. This is the same portal that I'm opening, the same console I'm opening. Sir, what next, sir? In this console, if you see, we have got GenAI Essentials. Can you see that? We have got 7 examples available, 7 tutorials available with all latest topic, including RAG. Retrieval augmented generation is something very difficult. Not many people can even teach it nice. We have got that material here. You can learn that. How do you get LLM inferencing? We have got examples. How do you get the text to image to image conversion? We have done that. LoRa, we have done that. So all these samples are here. You can try it out. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you one example for the want of time. You try out everything else, and that way you will get hands-on experience as well. How do we do that, sir? Now I'm going to learn text to image. Clicking launch will take me to this. I have already clicked launch for you. Now, inside this training, inside A, we have got GenAI available. Correct? All of you with me? Say yes, please. It's lunchtime. I know you are a little hungry as well, but still, I want you to say yes. Can you just say yes? Yes, yes, you are with me. Only then I'll gain that energy. Otherwise, it's difficult. I'll go dull. Perfect. Cool. Great. Great. I get a lot of yes. Good. Thanks, people. Now, see this. Inside this, I have got text to image.ipynb, which means that this is the file that we are going to run right now. I'm going to just take that and I have got it launched here. That's it. Sir, what is this, sir? This is a file which teaches you how do you generate images from text with stable diffusion. That's all. The general installation procedures are all here. I need to just click this run button, wait for a couple of minutes until the installation process is complete. Once you get the installation complete, you can go ahead and use it. You can see that I'm using the PyTorch as the environment here. It is preset. I do not have to really do much. Select the kernel and go ahead and do the next one. Now I'm using the diffusion pipeline here, which is for stable diffusion. I'll have to just import rest of the things which I have conveyed here. I'm suppressing warnings because I don't want to see the warnings. Everything is done. This is all normal things that we are using. Now I have clicked. I don't want people to talk in between, please. Yeah, thank you. If you have questions, I'm very happy to answer that at the end of it. So please give me time till end of it. Now I'll have to walk through. Now see that I'm going to use something called as text to image model. It is available as part of the model that we are picking up. And what we have in hand is called as stable diffusion model. We need to just say that I'm picking up the class text to image and I need to give the parameters. I'm selecting XPU, which means that I can go with CPU, GPU, no issues. And I need to feed in all the parameters where I need to say which optimized version I'm using, library I'm using. I'm using Intel extension for PyTorch, IPEX. That's why I've gone for this. And rest of the code is very, very simple for you to go through. See, we have explained you line by line. There is no way that you will get confused. Just go through it line by line. The model is called, the model's class is then utilized. We are using text to image model where we specify the parameters. The parameters will specify what kind of models, what kind of pipelines we are using. That's it. So once you understand the code, click run. Then we are getting to the next level where we are going to use prompt to image method, which means that I am going to give an input prompt and I will generate image out of it. I am going to give an input prompt, Sachin Tendulkar, the same prompt as I told you with Indian flag and a cricket bat on the mountain. Can you see if it is getting generated? Friends, are we ready? I need 3 images for an instance. Click generate images. That's all. Let me wait until it is getting generated. Yes, it is getting generated. Everything is right. And this is the simplest way we can understand how generative AI can work. It is generating content for you with the prompt that you are feeding in, and that's done real time with the use of the stable diffusion, which is a pre-built model available, which has been pulled in here, and you are using the Intel Developer Cloud to get it done. I summarized it quickly. It's very simple, easy, efficient. Now I have generated the images. Sachin Tendulkar with Indian flag in the mountain background. Can we open it better? Yes, I'll see it here. We can see this. I'm a fan of Sachin, so wherever I go, Sachin and Rajnikant will be there. Let me open the second image, third image, everything. Can you see? Sachin Tendulkar, the Indian flag, mountain, stems are there. It is very creative, so it need not be very accurate. Sachin Tendulkar, the Indian flag. This has to be completely reloaded because the resolution issues were there. I can show you this here itself. Now see this. We can generate another sample as well if you want to see. But overall, right, this is very simple to see. We will generate something else. Yes, Amitabh Bachchan with whom? Maybe Aishwarya Rai. Yeah. Click generate images. It may not look exactly like Amitabh Bachchan. It may not look exactly like Aishwarya Rai because this is stable diffusion. That's what it is meant for. Stable diffusion will get you images which can be closer to the real content, but it is very creative in nature, right? So it is generating images and slowly we'll get, you can see that 8 seconds before Amitabh Bachchan with Aishwarya Rai, it is getting generated. Amitabh Bachchan, Aishwarya Rai. Background, I do not know who is he, maybe his bodyguard. Whatever be it, it's a simple funny thing that we are trying to generate. And overall, I request you to try out. See, only when you try, you can learn all these things, right? Without which you may not be able to learn. So the third image is also generated. You can see that. So all these are available for you at your perusal, and you can try it out at your convenience and comfort. You are not paying anything. It's going to be pretty easy for you to go ahead and get accustomed to the way Gen AI is working. Is it clear till now? Was it interesting? I need some yes, no. Was it interesting? How did you generate the content? Did you like it? Friends, come on, be active. Sundareshwaran, yes, this guy is active. Sanya Gayatri. Thank you, Sanya. Any other inputs? Did you like it, friends? See, we from Intel, we have created a lot of these kind of contents, and only when you consume it, it makes a lot of value, right? We have created this, putting a lot of effort. There is a team which has worked on, and we are spending our time in teaching you, and IES has organized it. So utilize it, right? That's what predominantly I would like to convey again and again. Now we will go to the next one, which is called as Hugging Face. What is it, sir? It's going to be very interesting. I'll walk you through the code, 5 lines, 6 lines of code, and that's going to be very, very easy for you. And you will not even believe that there is something like this which can be so easy, right? Things are very easy, actually. It's not very difficult. But only thing is we need to identify how to find it out and how to learn. That's it. So things are very, very easy. Before I go into the demo, it's very important for me to tell you what is Hugging Face, right? Then we will go into the demo, right? We'll see that. Just give me a second. I need some water. Just a second. All right. What is Hugging Face? Very simple. We will be able to build, train, and deploy state-of-the-art pre-built available models very easily with Hugging Face. Sir, what do you mean, sir? I can do things much easier with Hugging Face. When you want to write a code for understanding the depth of an image, we may have to write hundreds of lines of code earlier. Now it's 4 lines of code, just 4 lines. When you want to generate a 3D panoramic image, you may have to write hundreds of lines of code earlier. Now it's 10 lines of code. That's all. We have got pre-built transformers which are available. Intel has contributed so nicely to it. And we have got Intel optimized models which are available inside Hugging Face portal, huggingface.co/Intel. When you go there, you will get hundreds of models which are available. I'll walk you through 3 of them. With that, I'll take your questions, and maybe I and Sachin can answer your questions if you have any, and we will take lead there. Now, if you see this, Hugging Face will help you accessing data in a much better way. You can discover models. There are a lot of models, real cool number of models are there. And inferencing can be done with utmost accuracy possible. It's easy. You can train the models very easily. And most importantly, optimizations are possible. You can improve the model, improvise the model. You can go ahead and do much more. And most importantly, right, machine learning has become much more easier right now. Deep learning has become much more easier right now. And the purpose of Hugging Face is to make it much, much easier. So they have democratized it so much that AI can come everywhere. That's what Intel also wants to do, bringing AI everywhere. And we have collaborated with Hugging Face by contributing a lot to Hugging Face. And we wish you look into it and you can consume that as well. And you can become a creator as well, right? Not only consumption, we should become creators. If you are good enough, you can go ahead and create a model, submit it. And that's the best way you can get recognized, right? So is it free? Yes, the hub is free. No ads are there. Unlimited models are there, data sets are there. Kritika, please don't disturb. Thank you. You can create unlimited repos. You can access the latest tools. The community support is phenomenal, which means when you learn things, right, you will get things and support from people who have already been experts there. That's the best part of even Intel. Whenever you want to work with Intel One API, or whenever you want to work with Intel Developer Cloud, or Hugging Face from Intel, or anything OpenVINO for that matter, you will get a lot of community support. And we have got a bunch of software innovators who are working with us, bunch of student ambassadors who are with us, who can help you out. So it's very easy for you to learn things when you come into these kind of communities, which are already set very nicely, and they will handhold you like anything. So that's going to be very easy for you. Now, how do I learn Hugging Face, sir? Just visit huggingface.co/Intel. You got a lot of learning materials there, and the codes will be available there. It's going to be fun. I'll show you one simple example, how much easier it is to generate content and how much powerful Hugging Face is. Just see this sample. I am going to get into Hugging Face page where I'm taking the first available sample for you. AI Comic Factory. I'm going to generate some comical story for you by just feeding in a textual input. See the power. I mean, earlier we need to draw so many times and it's not very easy. A detective frog, I'm typing something, a detective frog and tall man. That's all. I need a story with this phrase. This phrase is the base for the story and a comic should be generated. The story should be generated. I am clicking generate. That's all. You will get a story now with images very clearly, with phenomenal explanation for each of that. You will get a story. This was not possible earlier. Now it has become possibility, right? All of us can do this very easily and try it out. We have contributed a lot into this Intel Hugging Face repo. So you can go ahead and see that. You can try it out. Now see this. We are able to generate results within few seconds, which is phenomenally appreciable. We can see that I asked for detective frog and a tall man. Tall man is already available. The frog is there. You can see that it looks like a detective. And if I do not like the way the man is dressing, the color of the blazer, I can go ahead and change it as well. This has been done within seconds, right? This has happened because of the power of Gen AI. And this is very, very easy and very, you can try it out at your convenience. And this doesn't demand a lot of time from you also to try. So now see that I'm going to change few things here. I don't like the color of the blazer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now right click and instead of a black suit, I can ask for a white suit. Excuse me. Now, the guy who was there will be having a white suit shortly, which is happening right now in front of you. Fantabulous, right? So we have got a lot of contributions into Hugging Face, and I'm going to show you some of them right now. And it's going to be easy. And you can try Hugging Face with Intel Developer Cloud. That's the good news about it. You can try it out even in the Google Colab, but I suggest you to go ahead and try it out with Intel Developer Cloud because it is easy for you. And Colab, right? Whenever we go with Google Colab, we may have a restriction in terms of the duration that or the capacity to which you can use the GPU. But here we do not have the problems and it's very simple. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to generate a 3D panoramic image along with the depth content. I'll show you what the depth content is if you are not familiar with that image processing term. I'm going to generate it. How much difficult it would be earlier? It would have taken a lot of time. We may have to really write a lot of code, but now it's very simple. This is the model that you need to use, Intel/LDM 3D Pano. That's all. This is the one line that you need to know. Sir, where can I learn more about it? Very simple. The link also is given. You can go ahead and click the link and explore about this particular contribution from Intel into the Hugging Face. And each and everything, including the technical features, is explained very clearly. The way it has been explained is so simple that any novice user can also learn. Now, what have I done? I am running it in the CPU. I am going to give a prompt now, and the prompt can be like this: a college campus with many students playing around. And the name of the image is college panel. So I'm giving that as the name of the image, and it's going to be very easy for you. Just click this, and it will generate that image for you. And it's going to be very, very simple and easy. It may take few seconds for you to get this generated. See the way it is running. I may have to restart the kernel if there is a notification. Don't worry about it. You can click this button to restart it. If you click this button, automatically it will restart and it's going to be pretty simple for you, right? So we need to wait until the image is getting generated. It will be generated and I will have to rerun it because I have to reuse it properly. So I'm rerunning it again. So I will have to get an image which has got a college campus with many students playing around, and that is generated through the Intel's distribution, Intel's contribution into Hugging Face, which is called as LDM 3D-Pano. That's it, right? So it's getting generated. Just wait for a few seconds. It is getting generated. All these are real time, phenomenally real time. So you give the feed, you get the output, and that's content creation for you with Gen AI. That's very easy, right? You all like it? Try it out, try it out. Only when you try it, you will get more questions in your mind. When you get more questions, you can reach us out and you can do phenomenal things once you are familiar with all this. It's going to be very, very easy. There is no difficult things here. Only thing that you need to know is how to go, where to learn. And the IDC thing which Sachin has explored when he was talking about the Intel Developer Zone. A lot of learning materials are there, real lot of learning materials. It's itself a repository from where you can learn infinite content about AI, and it's going to be really useful for you. It's actually so much of materials there. Particularly if you're professors, please explore. And every department is getting AI fight right now, right? So not just computer science department or AI department, even the civil and mechanical departments are adapting AI into their curriculum, and that way you can also try it out. So let's wait for a few seconds. We will get this content generated where we should get something similar to whatever prompting that we have done. We have given a prompt where a college campus with many students coming in, right? It's getting generated. We have to wait. At times we have to read it. Before that, I'll walk you through the next model once again. Yeah, we have got it here. College panoramic 3D depth. This is the depth content. You will get the depth out of it, and this is the image that we have generated. The college campus. Nice, no? Good, right? 10 lines of code, out of which only 2 lines are really needed. Rest of them define the resolution of the image and the scale, width, height, everything. Only 2 lines of code getting you, these 2 lines of code getting you something phenomenal is great. So why not to try it? You can try it, and you should try it. Now, we have been seeing the chat GPT kind of things, right? So can I build my own chat engine? Yes, possible. Intel has given you option to do that. And we have written something called as, we have presented something called as a neural chat. We have got a neural chat compressor, which is available here. You can see this here. Intel/neural chat 7B v3-1. If you use this, you can create your own chat engine. Sir, what are you going to do, sir? I'm going to now prompt it. You are a math assistant. Your mission is to help users understand and solve various math problems. You should provide step-by-step solutions, explain reasonings, and give the correct answer. This is the prompt I have given. This is the order I have given. Now let's change the numbers. Calculate 1 plus 3 plus 7 minus 8 multiplied by 9. Now, this is the input I have given. It should tell me step by step, and I'm going to run it. It should teach me step by step. So I'll have to run it. Let me run it from the beginning clearly. The step-by-step explanation is available in the portal. So please go ahead and see it. Just 10 lines of code. That's all. You get everything, right? It's no difficult at all. So let it run. Meanwhile, here you can see that there is a indication that shows that the model is running. It may take some time. So wait until then. I request you to go through this contribution into Hugging Face by Intel. When you click huggingface.co/Intel, you will clearly go through all the contributions from Intel, and that's something that I want you to try down. Because all these samples, whatever we have given in the Hugging Face, is very simple, and that way it is going to be very easy for you. So let it keep running. So let me quickly summarize you what are the things I have told you. We have discussed about the Intel Developer Cloud. I have shown you how to get the access into it. Before that, Sachin explained you clearly the range of information that is available about Intel AI, the capacity that you have with Intel AI, what is one API, what is Gen AI. He spoke about all those things in a very neat way where you can understand the things that are happening in the market in Gen AI. Then we touched upon the Gen AI content, learning content, machine learning content with the IDC. And then I have shown you demos. Then I went to Hugging Face and I have shown you demos in Hugging Face. The final Hugging Face demo is here and it is run right now. So I asked the system to be a math teacher. 1 plus 3 plus 7 minus 8 into 9. First step, 1 plus 3 plus 7 is 11. Next step, 11 plus minus 8 into 9. So PODMAS rule will come into picture. And then we are getting the result. It has explained me step by step. This is my own chat engine. My own chat engine, which I have created with Intel Neural Chat. Was it good? That's it. That is run. It took a little bit of time. That's okay. Because it has to load the model, it has to run it. So it may take a little bit of time. That's absolutely fine. But on the other side, this is very easy for anybody to learn and to understand. With that note, I request you to go ahead and explore the Intel Developer Cloud. We have also got something called as Intel Student Ambassador Scheme, where if you are a student who has got some attire and some interest in AI, who has done some good projects, reaches out, we'll be very happy to really help you out that way. We are very active in LinkedIn as well. We keep posting a lot of our hackathons and stuff in LinkedIn. So you can reach us out through that as well. Now the floor is open for questions. Sachin, did I miss anything? If I missed anything, maybe you can add on. Sachin?
No, I think you're good. Just check if the team wants to know the basics of Gen AI, like we used to tell earlier, where it fits in the overall scheme of on the AI circle. Maybe just show a couple of options on that, and if they have time, we can talk about it as well.
Right. So in the sense, the prompting, all those things you are talking about, Sachin?
Just where Gen AI fits in the overall scheme of AI, those.
Right. I'll just talk about it. Yes, maybe I missed it. Right. I went to demos right away. I'm sorry.
Because you didn't cover the Gen AI.
Yeah. I went to right away to the demo, so I missed that slide. That's okay. Yeah, this is what I think you have been talking about, right?
Right. That's right.
All right. So when you talk about AI, right? AI is something where we get the machines doing things like human or even animals. Some intelligent animals are there. We always have to take it into consideration. Maybe I can design a robot with AI capacity, which can do sniffing like a Labrador. So that's AI. Machine learning, I can do simple classification stuff and simple stuff which doesn't require a lot of neurons to come in into picture. And if it is going to be repeated without human intervention, I call it machine learning. Deep learning, I'm giving you an apple. I want you to identify which portion of the apple is rotten. And for that to be done, you need to pick the apple, see the apple, press where it is rotten, where it is smelling odd, and all those things you will do, right? But how do you do that? You do it through your neural network. You've got a lot of neurons, and you will use the neural network to get it done. So whenever you deploy neural network to build some applications, we call it deep learning. Gen AI is coming as a subset of deep learning and machine learning. We have got Gen AI where we are going to generate content. That's it. We can generally the deep learning is of two types. One is discriminative, another one is generative. Discriminative just goes ahead and classifies things in the sense I train the model with thousands of cat images and thousands of dog images, and I feed a new input. And that new input is a cat image. Now the system will understand clearly based on the training that it is a cat image. But generative model on the other side, I will train the system with cats and dogs images, and I will feed an input like a prompt. I need a cat image. I need a cat image to be generated, which is black in color, which has got a white tail, whose eyes are brown. Now it will be able to generate a new cat for you. That's called generative AI. You are generating content with the training that you have given, and based on the training that you have given, it will be able to create a new content for you, which is going to be human-like. That's all. So that content will be highly coherent. The content will be highly human readable and understandable. It is like human generated content. That is Gen AI for you. All the content that we generated sometime back in the demos, right? They are all Gen AI solutions. We need LLMs for it. LLMs are large language models which are trained and kept available ready for you, like Stable Diffusion, like Neural Chat. Whatever it has been already ready for you, you are just picking it up, tuning it a little bit, and using it for your own project building. That's called LLM. LLMs are complex. LLMs are tough to build. LLMs need resources. So what I try to say here is, if you have some LLMs which are already available, go ahead, pick it up, fine tune it, and use it for your purpose instead of reinventing the wheel. It is actually complex, right? That's it. So what is generative AI? We know now. We are going to generate content. The content can be text, video, images, or anything. But how do you generate it? Based on the training that you have given, you will generate the content. And training will happen in a massive way. That's why it is called as large language model. It is really large, phenomenally large, covers up a lot of things, and that's why it is called as an LLM. I hope it was clear and concise. And with this input, I think you can go ahead and learn further things easily with the Intel Developer Cloud platform, which we have shown you. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask it in the chat. Maybe we can take it up easily. Dr. Shanmugam, you asked my phone number and email ID. I cannot probably give it in the public platform. You can reach me out through Dr. Thangaraj. If you have any questions, we can take it up offline. You can drop an email. Email is okay to be shared. I can give you my email ID. The phone number, I don't want to give it in the work platform. Yeah. Any other questions? Students? You have been a great crowd here. Very nice crowd responding to all my questions. Thank you very much for that. And thank you very much for being so disciplined as well. Very nice crowd without any interruptions. You have been listening. I hope it was really exciting. And in case you have any questions, we have given our email ID for your kind perusal. You can go ahead and drop us an email. We'll be very happy to respond to your questions and try it out. The best way to learn things is to trying out. That's how we all learn. So I believe Intel has got. Sure, Satyan. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining, Sachin.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So now let me please invite Dr. P. Shanmugaraja, sir, to deliver the vote of thanks.
So good afternoon. Am I audible?
You are audible.
Thank you. So good afternoon to everyone present here. On behalf of Sona College of Technology and IEI Salem Local Center and the organizing committee of the 30th anniversary workshop, Skill Nexus, where skills meet opportunity, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for making this event a resounding success. First and foremost, I would like to express our deepest appreciation to our IEI team for their visionary leadership and unwavering support, which have been instrumental in the success of this workshop. My sincere thanks goes to our chief guest, Mr. Sachin, and keynote speaker, Dr. Sriram, for gracing us with their presence and sharing their invaluable insight with us. Chairman, Honorary Secretary, committee members, and Mr. Thiago and the entire IEI team, thank you for your dedication and hard work in organizing and coordinating this event seamlessly. And also, I extend my sincere gratitude to the management, SONA management, Principal, HOD Deputy HOD Dr. V. Mohanraj, and staff members of Sona College of Technology for graciously hosting us and for providing us with the necessary facilities and support. And also, I thank my colleagues, Dr. K. Tangaraj, Dr. P. Ilanjalian, Mr. J. L. Aldo Stalin, and our students, Rahul and Vishal. Your tireless efforts behind the scenes have been pivotal in bringing this workshop to success. And my heartfelt thanks to all the participants who took the time to join us today. Your presence has enriched our discussion and made this event truly meaningful. Um, and also, I request all the participants to fill up the feedback form for getting your certificate on time. So once again, I thank everyone for making this event successful. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you all.